Okay, last poem. This is kind of strange. If I've helped you, I'm really, really glad. And I guess thank you for watching me try explain these poems. And I hope that it helps years ahead. Yeah, good luck for finals. I'm sure everyone's gonna do great. Sorry, I just woke up. So if my voice is a bit gruff, then that's why. Okay, a hard frost. A frost came in the night and stole my world. When we look at the word stole, it has a very negative connotation. And the frost coming to steal something personifies the frost as it is doing an action. And left his changeling for it. A changeling is a secret replacement, and this means there was an early development of frost that covered the ground. A precocious image of spring. Precocious means dishonest, and an image of spring gives the idea that it is not real. It's a facade. Too brilliant to be true. So too shiny, too bright, too beautiful to be real. So basically what happened is the frost came and covered the ground and created fake flowers that were too bright to be true. And now it goes on to explain the flowers or the fake flowers that were created. White lilac on the window pane. So that's just describing how the frost looks. And white lilac is very thin and dainty and fragile. White lilac on the window pane. Each grass blade furred like a catkin. So the word like we see now, there's a simile, and a catkin is just a furry plant. So Maydrift is a word that the poet made up, and it's mixing two words, obviously Mayflowers and a snowdrift. So Mayflowers are spring flowers, and a snowdrift relates to the frost. So he's creating this word to give the image that he's trying to portray. The elms behind the house are elms no longer. So elms is a very tall tree, and it's saying they don't look like elms anymore, but blossomers in crystal. So it's saying elms don't actually blossom, but the frost has made them look like they do, so they don't look like elms anymore. Stems of the mist that hangs in the valley below. Amorphous. Okay, so amorphous means formless, without a solid shape. So it's basically saying the mist in this valley here is hanging in little twirls that look like stems of flowers, which also relates to the image. As the blind tissue whence creation formed. So as another simile, and it's quite a melodramatic line. It's comparing the frost to creation, and it's saying that the frost makes a new world from nothing. Blind tissue. The sun looks out and the fields blaze with diamonds. Blaze gives an image of brilliance, and it's saying that the frost melts slightly and then it starts to shine because the water on it is catching the light as the sun comes out. And when it's blaze with diamonds, that almost is an image that is too brilliant to look at or too brilliant to be true. Too much to bear. Mockery spring, so a false spring. To lend his bridal gear for a few hours to a raw country maid. So lend, we get the idea that this is temporary. So raw means not decorated or pretty. And this is a blunt, extended metaphor. And it's basically saying for a few hours, the countryside has been dressed up and the frost brings that beauty to it, but it's going to disappear. Then leave her all disconsolate with, did I pronounce that right? With old fairings of aconite and snowdrop. Oh, I hope I'm pronouncing these right. Anyway, we're just going to get to the meaning. So that's saying, after a passing of time, then, leave her unconsolable. She can't be made happy again because she isn't the beauty that she was a while ago. Also, a country maid. A maid is an unmarried woman, I forgot to say. So she can't be made happy again. This word tells us that she's not able to be soothed. And her old fairings are her old, boring things that aren't as beautiful as the frost. Of aconite and snowdrop, those are very boring flowers compared to the beautiful ones created by the frost. No, not here amid this flounce and filigree of death. So now there's a change. So the frost brings death. It's beautiful, but the cold kills the plants. And that's a big ironic statement in the poem, is that this beautiful thing that they're praising is actually deathly. The flounce and filigree, there's alliteration of death, and it's saying this overly intricate frost that is above the surface is deathly. Is the real transformation seen in progress? So the real action is happening. The frost is just a fake transformation and it's temporary. But beneath this, the real creation is occurring. But, so now there's a contradiction. Deep below where frost, worrying the stiff clods, unclenches their grip on the seed. It's saying worrying means to hassle it. So it freezes it, and then when it melts, it allows the earth to be more soft and broken up so that plants can grow. Clods is a lump of soil. So yeah, the frost stiffens, freezes, and then it expands, and it makes the soil broken up and more softened. Below, the frost is helping bring out the life. Grip on the seeds, so it allows the seeds to be released and the seeds to grow, and lets the future breathe. Okay, real spring is happening unnoticed, underground, and the true power and the true transformation of spring will be released. Okay, so the whole poem is just basically about the start of spring, but it's not yet warm enough for flowers. It's extremely descriptive. It's describing frost as beautiful and deadly, but also shows it has a place and a true power to help real spring emerge. There's a constant theme of trickery as the frost creates a facade. Stanza 1 is a visual metaphor of a landscape, and stanza 2 has comments on frost and exposing the truth of the frosty landscape. But yeah, cool. We're done.